Hi there guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gun Hunter U.K. Now firstly I want to apologise for the lack of content on the channel at the moment. A lot of things get in the way of it. I work full time, I've been abroad on holiday with the family, but also it's summer, so it's quite hard to get out and get footage at the moment. It's getting late, it's getting darker later and later, and with work and whatnot I don't want to stay out until 1 in the morning then have to get up, so I apologise for that. But today we have something new to review. So let me just get this out of the way first. The majority of the things we review on this channel we have purchased. I purchase a lot of things second hand out of my own money. Review it, sell it on and mess about. We've borrowed things from friends, and there is a few instances where I've been sent things to review. Now, the things that I've been sent to review, there's been a conversation between me and the vendor before they've sent it, obviously, and I actually refuse a lot of things for review. I really do. I've got a bunch of emails where I've just said thank you but no thank you, and that's because there's stipulations to it. They want to send you the product, but you're not allowed to say anything bad about it, or you've got to take the product and put a review up within 3 weeks, and you've got to do this, you've got to do that, and I'm not interested. Listen, if I'm going to put something on the channel, I want to say what it is, and I want to be honest and truthful about it. Now, if you remember from my channel, I reviewed the OneLeaf Commander NV100 add-on unit. That was sent to me by a fella called Jason in China. Jason got in touch with me and says, would you like to try this new product? I've seen your channel and I like what you do. So the conversation began there, and I sent back, all right, it looks a good product. What do you expect from me? What do you want in the review? He went, not interested. I'm going to send you it. Do your review. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. But I know it's not going to be bad because my product's brilliant. Jesus, I was like, okay, send it. So he did, and that's how it come about, and that's genuine. He said, I know it's not going to be bad. It's a fantastic product. Review it. And he gave me carte blanche on it. So he absolutely blew me away. This one's come about exactly the same way. So this is from Jason again. And he sent me another email. Loved your last review. We've got a new product. I'll send you it. Exactly the same terms. Do what you want. And I was super excited. I love it. I love it. I've got loads of respect for him and his products. He does it properly. So, in the interest of not lying and not just sharing the truth, this is free. But it's going to be a very unbiased and true review. So what is it? If this is their new product. So this is the OneLeaf Commander NV100 Plus. Very big box for a little add-on that goes on the back of your scope. So we'll do an unboxing video. I bloody hate doing unboxing videos, I'm not even going to lie, but for some daft reason YouTube love it. You love it. So we'll do an unboxing video and I'll try and fluff my way through it, and we'll explain what's in the box, and then we'll actually get out and use it, which is the bit that I enjoy, and it's the bit that shows us if it's a good product or not. So bear with me through the wafflings of an unboxing video and we'll get to it, guys. Okay guys, let's get down to the unboxing. So it's the OneLeaf Commander NV100 Plus. So what have we got when we open the box? So when we open the box, we've got the normal stuff on top. So we've got your instruction manual. We've got a little leaflet that reminds you to take the tab off of the battery, which is actually in the unit, but it's got a tab on it so it doesn't contact during shipping. We've got your lens wipe, your normal stuff. And I can already see the dreaded tape. We all know what I do with that. That's going to go in the bin. Not interested. So we've got your electrical tape. So there's your first look in the box. So that's the new OneLeaf NV100 Commander Plus. So what's new about it? Well, it's obviously the scope, isn't it? The unit itself, we will do a quick overview of the unit, but the unit is the same as the old unit. So what I'm going to actually do is put the link to my original review in this video, and I urge you, if you haven't watched it, to go and have a look at it, please. I don't want to recreate the wheel. I've already done the review for this part of the unit, or this part of the package, and I urge you to go and have a look at that, please. This is an exceptional unit. I absolutely love it, but we will give a quick overview on it. But yeah, I'm going to put that link in, and I do request that you go and have a look at that. It's well worth having a look. Right then, let's get down to it. Let's open the box and let's see what you get. Excuse me. So the first thing you get is, sorry, other way up, just a little note reminding you to remove the tab off the battery that's in the unit. It's a 18650 battery, it's in the unit, and you need to remove the tab that they put on there so it doesn't contact during transport. You get a lens cover, a lens cloth, and you get a very comprehensive and easy to read instruction booklet, which none of the fellas will read. We'll throw it to one side. All of the ladies will read, and they'll know how to use it way before we do. It comes very secure in this box with polystyrene lining, so it will keep it nice and safe during transport. You get a couple of Allen keys and a couple of O-rings. You get a USB lead. Now this lead can be used with a PC to allow you to transfer data from the unit, but it can also be used to charge the battery whilst the battery is in the unit. If you choose not to take it out, leave it in the unit, connect it and charge it. But it can also be used to connect an external power bank to the unit for longer run times. Now, I'll chuck that to one side there. OneLeaf claim that out of a single 18650 battery supplied with the unit, you'll get up to 6 hours runtime. Now I can tell you hand on heart, I didn't get this amount of runtime out of the battery. That being said though, if you use the standby function, once the unit's turned on, a short press of the power button will put it in standby rather than turn it off. If you use the standby function like I do, I got approximately 3.5 hours out of the one battery. So that's very respectable anyway, but I will point out they claim 6 hours, I didn't get 6 hours. So you also get a suede softline bag for storing the unit when it's not on the rifle, keeping it nice and pristine. You also get a rubber eye cap, or a spare rubber eye cap. This one's slightly longer than the one that's already on the unit. I prefer the one that's on the unit itself. You get some black tape, electrician tape, which I'll explain shortly. And in my pack, I've got 3 collars. I've got a 42mm collar, 45mm collar, and 48mm collar. Sorry about that. If you do choose to purchase one of these, you will have to choose on a drop-down menu, which I'll show you now, 42, 45 or 48 to best fit your scope. You don't get all 3. Right, moving along. We'll just move that box out of the way slightly. We've got the unit itself. Now, I'm hoping you can see there's a little button there. It's a retractable button, so you pull it down towards yourself and you twist and the collar comes off. That's how you fit it to the scope. So once the collar's on the scope, you line that up, twist it, and that's how it fits to the scope. So we'll remove that and put that to one side for a minute. The unit itself, as best I can tell, it's made out of a moulded plastic and machined aluminium. It's very, very well built. There's no marks on it from manufacturing marks or machining marks. It's absolute pristine condition. It's very well built. There's no gaps. You can see everything's filled in lovely, and all the screws etc. are where they're meant to be, and it appears really well built. It's lovely. Everything aligns up perfectly. You've got the diopter focus at the rear. It's stiff to turn, but it's not too stiff. It turns gorgeously. So the diopter focus, that allows you to focus your eye, which looks in here at the screen, to the screen. When you initialize a unit for the first time, I'll put the picture up here quickly for you to see, but it comes up with a patterned image. So you look through there, you see the patterned image, and you move this diopter focus until you can see that image perfectly. It brings it into focus to your eye. You then set the date, time, etc., and the unit springs into life. Forward of the diopter focus, we have another little focus ring. I'm hoping you can see that turning. So this is the lens focus. Once you put that on your rifle, you can see the screen perfectly. You need to focus the unit ever so closely to the crosshair. So this forward adjustment here allows you to focus the unit to your crosshair. With built-in IR, it's 850 nanometer, which is my preferred wavelength. It's fantastic on this unit. You can pull the IR out to spot the beam, or push it back to flood the beam. Just underneath that, we have a cap on here, and that's your battery compartment for the single battery, as I've already mentioned. On this side, we've a rubber cover. Underneath this rubber cover, we've a jack point for earphones, so you can listen to the footage on the unit during playback. We also have a micro USB port, which I've already covered. The last thing we have in here is an SD card port, or a mini micro SD card port. So the unit has an onboard DVR which records to this micro USB. I'm using a 32GB class 10 SD card. However, OneLeaf say you can safely use up to a 256GB card in there. I don't own a 256GB card, so I can't try it, but I can tell you it records perfectly to my 32GB card. The playback footage, which I'll show you in a little bit, is absolutely amazing. The unit records in H.265 format, so produces .ts files. Personally, I've not any issue with this. I use Power Director to play with my videos, and it works great in there. It's got a 16mm lens. It's got fantastic optics, really good glass in there. Underneath, we've got a tripod mount. So if you want to use it as a spotter, you can just put it on a tripod. Holds it nice and firm. And there you go. That's the main overview of the unit. It's very tidy. It's very well made. It feels really good. Button configuration is there. I'll pop a little picture up which shows you what does what. But I've been playing with it for a week now, and I've found these buttons to be absolutely fantastic. Can find them in the dark. I can play it like a piano. It's brilliant. So what else do we get in the box? We get a 45mm collar for the unit, and we get an extended rubber eyepiece. Let me bring that back into shot. You'll see the short ones on there, and you get the extended one. I prefer the short one. And we get the standard bayonet collar for this unit, 45mm. We get our little bags of tricks, which is spare O-rings and Allen keys. We've got some Allen keys and bolts for the scope rings that are fitted, and if I can get my fat fingers in here, we've got the data transfer cable and charger cable. Now to the scope itself. Right, let's take this out of the box. Let's have a look at it. Excuse me. We'll put them there, Right then, the scope's the new bit, so let's talk about that. It comes with flip up covers on it, which I don't like covers personally. I don't tend to use them, so we'll remove them anyway. So it comes with a set of flip up covers. So a quick overview, it's a 56mm objective lens, easy to go. What does that mean? Right, you'll see that's got the bayonet on it. This scope is designed by OneLeaf. The scope's called a Rapid Fire Plus OneLeaf scope. And it's designed by OneLeaf for use with this system. So it does away with the need for a collar. You get the collar in the box in case you want to fit it to another scope. But as you can see, the end of the scope is already machined to accept the OneLeaf system. How good is that? How good is that? So it's a dual use scope, as I've just showed you. You can use it during the day without the system or during the day with the system if you want to record in the day, and you can just clip that on at night time. No messing about, no fitting collars, no messing, just put it on. It's a 3 to 12 times zoom, 30mm tubes, and it has a side focus adjustment. It also has illumination with 11 settings of illumination. Excuse me. So it's a 3 to 12 times 56mm, as I've already mentioned. It's a 1/8 MOA with click values of 0.125 MOA. Aluminium turret caps, keep it nice and safe. Feels absolutely solid with good adjustment. It really honestly does. So the field of view, I know it's a 56mm scope. A lot of us don't go that high on air rifles. So field of view at 100 meters on max zoom, which is 12, it'll give you a field of view at 3.5 meters, and at 3 times it'll give you a field of view of 12.32 meters. Eye relief of 100 to 82mm. It's fully coated lenses. Parallax is set to 100 yards. Second focal plane. Illuminated reticle. Reticle is mill lines. The reticle on this is absolutely fantastic. You'll see that in the videos shortly. But I absolutely love the reticle in this. And the overall weight of this scope in the specs says 802 grams. That's bare. 802 grams. I'm going to do a quick comparison for you in a second just to show you, but that's a very quick overview on the scope. I hope I've covered everything. If I haven't, then please do let me know. Right guys, let's make some room here, and I'm going to bring in, just for comparison purposes, there's no real science to this, but I do want to show you, and it's purely for comparison. That's the OneLeaf Rapid Fire Plus scope. Absolutely, you know, it's gorgeous. And it's really compact for a 56mm scope. I was so impressed with how compact it is, and I want to show you how compact it is. So, that's the OneLeaf 56mm scope. Now I'm bringing in my favourite scope. I've got 3 of these, and I absolutely love them. So this is an Optisan MTC Viper, and it's the 312x44. So if I put them side by side, you can see there how compact it is. Now, I do love this scope, it's fantastic. When you put the collar on it, and then the OneLeaf or pod or whatever you're using, it's OneLeaf at this moment in time, you can see the length of it. I do struggle sometimes getting behind it, but I've mounted it in such a way that I can do it, it's not a problem. Because OneLeaf have done away with the collar, that makes this really compact even when on a rifle. So with the OneLeaf on against my standard scope, I'll just switch them around so you can see them better. With the OneLeaf on against my standard scope, you can see that the overall difference there, without any unit on this scope, is approximately 1.5 inches. It's literally the rubber eye cup. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal how they've managed to compact it down so well. And I'm expecting good things. So, one last comparison. Now, this comparison isn't scientific. I've got mounts on this and I've got mounts on this. They're not bare scopes, but it will give us a very good indication. So just turn this on and it's just tearing. The MTC Viper, or the Optisan MTC Viper, is 86.4 grams. 86.4 grams. The OneLeaf is 91.4. However, let's make this a fair test. That's got a collar built in. So if we put the Viper back on and we put, I'm really sorry about this, I pressed the unit. So if we put the Viper back on and we put the collar back on, it's now 90.9. So there is a matter of, well, there's next to nothing in it, guys. Honestly, that impressed me, going from a 56mm scope, a 44mm scope, to a 44mm scope, and then the weight difference is negligible. That impressed me. I expected the 56 to be a lump, and it really isn't. It's not a lump at all. It's super compact. It really is compact, guys. It's super compact, and it weighs roughly the same, negligibly. So really impressed with it. Let's get it mounted onto a rifle. I am going to take these mounts off because these are weaver mounts, and I'm going to find a pair in my tackle box of dovetails, and I'm going to mount it onto a rifle. Right then, guys, there it is. There's the scope fitted. I'm just going to say, with it being 56mm, I've never had one of them before. I've never wanted to go that high, and I thought it was going to be very difficult fitting it to an air rifle. I thought clearance, everything like that, were going to be an issue. It's going to be a big unit. It was going to be bulky. It's not. It's compact. It's light. I tried some Hawk low mounts on it, and they actually fit perfect, and it cleared the barrel, but it didn't clear the mag system. The flat of the scope didn't clear the mag system. So I've opted for some medium sports match forward reach, and they fit perfectly. I've took the high 4K off the FAS and I've fitted this one. Let's offer the OneLeaf up. And you'll see I've still got the eye relief for shooting as well. So overall, I'm very, very impressed. with how easy it is to set up, how compact it is and how light it is. So we'll get out and we'll do some field testing and we'll see what this scope's all about. We already know the OneLeaf Commander is an excellent, formidable unit. So we will put it through its paces, but it's mainly the scope and the combination of the two that we're testing, so I can't wait to get out in the field. Right then guys, I'm off to Doncaster Range in a minute and I'm going to take this OneLeaf system which is mounted onto the FAS and I'm going to test the scope. I'm going to try and show you what the scope's all about. So I zeroed this scope the other day, 5 days ago at the farm, and I've tested it and it's still on zero. That's transporting it back from the farm and messing about whatnot. It's still on zero, so the scope holds zero. So now I'm going to put the scope through its paces at the range. Hopefully I'll be able to devise a way to show you that the scope's good. I believe it's good. I've got a couple of things in my mind that I'm going to try, so hopefully I'll be able to show you. Hopefully the results will be there for you to see. So let's get off to the range, let's have a look about and let's go and play. Okay guys, I was very torn on whether to leave this footage in or not because it's not focused very well, which I assure you was pilot error and no fault of the scope. I should have done it on a white background. I didn't, I've done it on the cardboard background, but there you go. You can see it if you look. So the black dot is the point of aim. What I'm doing in between shots is I'm turning each turret 1 full revolution per shot. So I start off with the elevation turret and I move it 1 full revolution to the left. And basically what I'm doing is seeing if this scope tracks properly. Now it's not designed to dial, it has scope turrets on it, it's just designed to be shot with milled up. But I wanted to see if it would track, thus proving it's quite a decent scope. You can see it on the footage. So there's 4 shots, 1 full revolution per shot, and hopefully on the last revolution it will return to zero, which it does. You can see that in the footage, which is why I've left it on. It proves the point that I was trying to make. This is a very good scope. It holds zero perfectly and it tracks really, really well. Okay guys, in this sequence the furthest target there is 45 yards. We're at Doncaster Air Gun Range. It's a 45 yard range and the furthest target is 45 yards. This close one is 15 yards. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot the 15 yard. It's actually 0 to 15 yard, and I'm going to dial to the 45 yard and then hopefully dial back, which I say hopefully, I do it very well. This scope is a cracking scope. I can't knock it at all. The reticle's amazing. It gives you enough aim points, but the true test of a decent scope, does it hold zero and does it dial? And you can see quite plainly this one does. I'm dialing between 15 yards up to the 45 yard target and then back again. So I hope this proves the point that it is actually quite a good scope. Okay, we're back at the farm now, and I'm going to use some target boards, both day and night. Now these target boards are square on the top, measures 4 inches by 4 inches, and they've got range markers on them. I've set them out from 10 yards to 100 yards, and I've put a gong out at 150 yards. I'm an air gunner. I use things for airgun ranges 150 yards beyond what I shoot, but I thought I'd put it out to see if we can see the capabilities of this scope and unit. So we're just going to switch through the ranges here, as you can see, and we're going to go 10, 20, 30, 40 all the way up to 100 and then 150. So I hope this gives you some idea of the capabilities of the unit and scope and how it performs. Okay guys, we're going to do exactly the same thing as the daytime footage, but at night time now. As you can see, the scope doesn't like to focus down to 10 yards. Not a lot of scopes do with night vision on, to be honest with you. You're looking at 15 to 20 yards, and as you can see, the scope performs really well after that. One thing I would like to just point out is I've got a little bit of reflective strip on each one of these, and I think it's a bit too big. The IR's bouncing back, which is affecting the quality of the footage. What I could see through the scope was a lot better. Again, it's pilot error, live and learn. I will reduce the size of them reflective strips on these range markers in the future. Okay guys, just be aware the next sequence on this is the final sequence, and it's a single shot of a rat pest control, as that's what I do, that's what this unit is intended for. So if you don't want to see that, then switch off now. Thanks for watching, take care. Okay guys, I've just put this picture up so I can give you my final thoughts and conclusions on the unit, and genuinely what's not to like. We all know that the OneLeaf night vision commander is a formidable night vision unit, but when paired with this scope, it is absolutely fantastic. The scope itself is light, it's very compact, it holds zero, it tracks. I don't know what more you could want from a scope. The reticle has so many aim points. It is brilliant. Honestly, it is absolutely fantastic, and I love it. I've handed it over to Gary, aka the Brummy Hunter, and he's going to test it and give us his thoughts and conclusions on the unit. So I'm looking forward to that. But honestly, I really do endorse this system. All the links, descriptions, everything that you'll need to look at if you want to buy one of these units is going to be in the description of this video, so please have a look there if you are interested in one. It comes in at £411 for the full system, I believe. So I'll put Jason's contact details there. I'll also put a link to buy if you want to buy direct. If any questions, please ask. If they're retail related, then I'll put Jason's contact details in the description and please direct them there. But thank you for watching. Take care and goodbye.